All right, hack number 7 is a really exciting one because this is a legacy feature that went away, and those of us who've been around a long time were not very happy about it going away. And then now it has come back just recently. So some of you may have seen this, others may not even be aware that it is in your account now. But this has to do with what are called now task outcomes. We used to call them task completion scenarios back in the day, in the legacy days of Infusionsoft. So what is a task completion scenario? What's a task outcome? Well, let's take a look at this campaign real quick that I've mocked up here. So here we've got a product purchase goal. So someone buys something, and then we put them in a new customer onboarding campaign. And we might have a task to call them, right? So we're going to give them a little welcome call. Let's give this customer a welcome call. Well, in the campaign builder, what we've had in the past is this task completed goal, right? And so if the task is completed, then we can take them out of that sequence and move them on to other stuff, right? But what if the task is kind of done but not completed? Meaning, what if I called them and they didn't answer and I left a message, and then I called them again, left a message, called them again, left a message? Do I mark it complete or not? How do I know, when to do that? And what if I call them and I talk to them, but they're like, hey, I'm really busy, and I don't get through the entire onboarding conversation? And so technically I did the task, but it's not really completed. So I have no option for that. It's either a yes or no, a black or white thing when we just have this task completed goal. So the exciting thing is Infusionsoft has brought back, or I should say Keap has brought back, this idea of task outcomes or task completion scenarios, now called task outcomes. So let's go into the task first. That's where we need to create this. So this is a task to call the new customer. Now what we have here is this new option here called task outcome options, and we can create options in there, or outcomes. There's already some outcomes in here. These look like mostly sales outcomes used by our sales team. So what I'm going to do is click manage task outcomes, and I'm going to add some task outcomes, and that would be things like onboarding call completed. Okay. And I can categorize these, which they probably should, put all these in the new customer onboarding or new customer welcome category, something like that. And we'll say onboarding call didn't answer, right? That would be another outcome of me doing this task. What about onboarding call did not complete? What if you call this person and they want to cancel, right? We're welcoming them. They're like, yeah, no, I reconsidered and I don't want to move forward. So onboarding call, I just want a refund, right? Cancellation, right? We can think of a bunch of different scenarios, but there's a few, right? And so now we can go back into here. And what are all the possible outcomes for this particular task? Well, all the ones that we just created. So we'll go onboarding call didn't answer, onboarding call completed, onboarding call did not complete, and onboarding call cancellation. So we'll put all of those as potential options with this particular task. Now I'll go back out. And now with our task completed goal, instead of it being just a yes or no thing, what I can do here is choose the outcome. So I'll choose the task first, which is call new customer. And the first one is onboarding call completed. Save. Okay, so if the call is completed, I'm going to label that. So I'll do call completed so I know which is which. Then I can put them into onboarding step number 2 because it's completed. Now we're going to go on to something else. Now, I can also make another goal, connect it here, double click. And instead of onboarding call completed, didn't answer, right? So now what I might do is say onboarding call, try again, right? That might have another task to call them again, and I could have another task outcome over there. Or I could loop it back around or something like that, right? There's a couple different ways to do that. So this one is didn't answer, right? Call didn't answer. Lots of typos in here. That's okay. We're just going quick. All right, and then here, I keep forgetting, you got to connect it first, double click, and then we'll get rid of that guy and put our next one, cancellation, right? And then, again, I want to change my label here, cancellation. And I have a whole nother sequence here for, start cancellation process. Right, and then I just need to build into each of those sequences the actions that need to happen in each of those scenarios. So as you can see, this is now a much better way to handle tasks, because tasks are almost never a one and done or a yes or no thing. Usually there's multiple different outcomes in any given task, and we need to be able to respond automatically depending on the outcome of the task. So now when that task gets assigned, when the person goes to complete it, they'll be required to choose one of those options so that the appropriate automation is triggered after the task is completed, instead of just generic automation for everybody regardless of the actual conversation that you might have had with the customer or with the lead or whoever it might be. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Stay tuned for more coming very soon.